All right, let's get going. So, welcome to your creative content call. I think that's what I'm going to call these things. I don't know. If we workshop another name, I'll go with that. But for right now, this is your creative content call, and this is meant to be your back pocket tool whenever you are feeling a little bit stuck or you're feeling a little bit devoid of that creative flow. Pop these on, go through the playlist. I think I'm going to create a completely separate guide and section for these calls. And each of the different creative content calls are going to hit on a different area where you may be stuck. So I want these calls to kind of be your creative playground to give you just the right amount of structure to be able to kickstart and get things rolling, but enough open-endedness where you can let your own creativity and your own expression, your own goals, your own intentions lead you to the finish line. So we may be covering different things from editing styles to graphic design to different reels that you can shoot right in the space. This is meant to kind of be an area where procrastination vanishes, where overthinking vanishes, and we are all here in the space with you. And it's your dedicated time to create, to express, to speak up, and to communicate. So for today, we are going to be doing an exercise that's kind of going to be like a free-flowing ad lib exercise. So how this is going to go is that I'm going to give you a total of 5 prompts today. Today's focus is more on getting you to speak and carve out your differentiation through these posts. I'm going to lead you through not posts, 5 different prompts that then you can turn into posts. But the trick with this one is that we're going to combat any sort of overthinking or perfectionism because we're going to be on a roll. I'm going to hold you to a 3-minute timeline. I'm going to give you each of the posts, each of the prompts. A lot of P's going on. I'm going to give you each of the prompts. You're going to have 3 minutes to just go at it. And that's the challenge. I want you to create, to write, to type faster than your brain can step in and overthink it because you only have 3 minutes. And it's just meant to kind of get things moving. Once the 3 minutes are up, I'm going to say, okay, time's up. I'm going to give you the next one. And then you're going to have another 3 minutes. Okay. So it's going to be about 15-ish with some like mini micro breaks in between of pure just letting it go. The point is not for it to be in a perfect condition. At the end, what you're going to be able to do then is go through each one, read what you wrote. And sometimes there are things that when we read it, we're like, oh, this actually really sparks something in me, or oh, this actually leads me to think of this other thing. You're going to have time to either follow those trains or dive into one of the 5 prompts that you're like really excited about or you really feel called to speak on. You can further build that out. And then I'm also going to leave you with ways to take that one post that you just dedicated yourself to in this session and how to get extra mileage out of it. So I'm going to give you some other ideas of how you can take the same thing that you just created and repurpose it in so many different ways and content styles, short form, long form, all the things, okay? So, are you ready? I'm going to be playing some music. Grab whatever is your most preferred creative tool. So if you really like writing and that helps you kind of break through the overthinking and the analysis paralysis, get your journal, get a pen, set the mood around you if you want to pause this and just make sure that you clear off any clutter that could potentially stall you. Set your intentions if you want to light a candle, light an incense, whatever kind of feels like it can support you in creating. You can go ahead and pause that and come back when you're ready. And then if you're ready to go and you've already done all of that, or you have your notes section up, if you're more of a typer and you need the speed of just being able to type away, then you can do that too. 5 prompts, 3 minutes each. I'm going to be playing some music for you and we are going to get started. You ready? Have fun with it. Okay. So this first prompt is I fell for the belief that blank. But then I learned blank. And here's what happened next. So again, if you want to just close your eyes and feel into it. I fell for the belief that blank, you fill that in, but then I learned blank. And here's what happened next. Timer's on. 3 minutes starts now. I fell for the belief that blank, but then I learned blank. Here's what happened next. About halfway through. You have about 30 seconds left.
Totally amazing mind, so understanding and so kind.
Okay, how was that? If you notice any sort of overthinking, if you notice any sort of stuckness, that's all perfect. Because maybe that prompt just wasn't meant for you, and maybe one of the other ones will align better. So don't hold yourself too hostage to whatever just happened. Part of the creativity, the creation process is letting it be messy and letting it not work out sometimes. And sometimes it's not meant to work out in that way because you're meant to be creating in another way or with another prompt. So just non-attachment is what we really want to practice here. So taking a deep breath in, shake it out, make a noise, shift something in how you're sitting, shift some, if that didn't quite feel an alignment, just shift something in your space, shift how you're seating, shift how you're sitting, how you're breathing, and clear the space and the energy for this next one. You ready? The next one is, I don't know about you, but it's exhausting to have to blank. I don't know about you, but it's exhausting to have to blank. You can take it anywhere you feel called to after. So one more time, and 3 minutes will start. I don't know about you, but it's exhausting to have to blank. Fill in the rest. 3 minutes starts now.
Stand up just to be the bigger man. Maybe your mind's made up and I don't wanna force your hand. I found out that I could be a better man. Lately I'm feeling stuck and I can't seem to find a way out. I was lost till I found you there. I was lost, so lost and I don't know where. I was lost till I found you there. I was lost, so lost and I don't know where.
About halfway through. Keep going.
I call out find some peace of mind. I'm starting to lose control, and I don't seem to know what's right. Don't know how I could turn this vision round. I just wanna roll the dice and find out how this life plays out. I was lost till I found you there. I was lost, so lost and don't know where. I was lost till I found you there. I was lost, so lost and don't know where.
Last couple seconds here. Okay, beautiful. I come back on video here. Okay, we're rocking and rolling. We're in it. 2 down, 1 to go. Hold on. Where did my thing go? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's do it again. Let's reset. And by the way, as you reset, as you shake it out, as you take a deep breath in, take a few deep breaths in actually. The more that we go in, the more that you might still be thinking about a previous prompt. Just keep breathing, keep shaking it off, shift something in how you're sitting, shift something in your environment. I'm giving you, in most of these, I give you a kind of like transition statement. Like you fill in the first part and then I give you a transition statement to kind of open you up. Maybe the flow that feels best for you is not to follow that transition, but to keep going down that first statement. Like for example, I fell for the belief that blank, but then I learned blank. You may need to go deeper into that before you go into the transition, right? So this is just meant to be just enough structure to give you direction, but not enough to limit you. So if anything at any point feels limiting or your creativity says we want to go this way or we want to take this way, do not be a no, just for the sake of following what I give you. This is just a general runway, but your creativity and your expression needs to lead the rest, okay? Cool? Okay, number 3. Ready? We're in it. We're in it. We're going. We're running right to the next one. The third one is many in the blank industry believe this blank, but I beg to differ. Here's why. I'm going to read it again. Many in the blank industry, whatever industry you're a part of, many in the blank industry believe blank. What's a common belief that's in your industry? But I beg to differ. Here's why. One more time, and your 3 minutes are going to begin. Many in the blank industry believe blank. But I beg to differ. Here's why. Your 3 minutes begins right now. About halfway through. Keep going. Begin to wrap up those last ideas. A few more seconds here. Okay, second to last one. Shake it off, deep breath in. Stretch something out. Let out an exhale, let out a sound. Okay, second to last one. This one's kind of funny. So if you're more of like a, if you want to bring in a little bit more of a sense of humor, this one's kind of funny. If I could ban one overused phrase from my industry, it would be blank. Because blank. If I could ban one overused phrase in my industry, it would be blank. Because blank. Or if you want to throw that transition, feel free. One more time and we'll begin. Take a second to see what comes up. If I could ban one overused phrase in my industry, it would be blank. Because blank. And your 3 minutes starts right now. Have fun. Keep going. You're only about halfway through. Final 20 seconds. Start wrapping up those final ideas. If you need to go into bullet points, do that. Okay. That was a fun one, right? Now is our last one, our fifth and final prompt. Deep breath in for this one. Not really that serious. Um, and get ready. So last and final one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to repeat it 3 times. See what comes up. Maybe this prompt brings up another prompt. Maybe you're like, actually, I want to answer this one because this just came into my mind. Again, your creativity and your expression is leading the way. Ready? Last and final one. The thing that really makes blank work is blank. And here's how I help you do that. Okay, one more time, or actually 2 more times. The thing that makes blank, whatever it is that you help people with, the thing that really makes blank work is blank. What's your secret sauce? What's the thing that you know has to be part of the work in order for it to work? And here's how I help you do that. One more time, and then your 3 minutes will begin. The thing that really makes blank work is blank. And here's how I help you do that. Your 3 minutes starts right now. Let it rip. A little over 30 seconds left here. So let yourself really go for it. Okay, perfect. Well done. You just went through 5 different prompts, captured any sort of raw thoughts, perspectives, beliefs, ideas that came up from that, all positioned around carving out your unique perspectives, your unique approaches, what you're really standing for in your brand. So now what I want you to do, I'm going to give you just less than a minute to go back through and quickly review what you answered for each and to pick which one or maybe two you want to carry with you and continue creating with and on. And once you pick that, I'm going to end this session by sharing with you as you're creating how you can start repurposing that, just thinking about different ways that you can repurpose it. And then what you can do is take this with you outside of this call and continue to flesh out those 1 or 2 posts that you're laser focusing on creating for this week or for today or whatever your creative cadence is. So take the next few moments to read back through your answers and just see if there's any 1 or 2 that really stick out to you and you want to continue to pursue that you were having a lot of fun with. Okay. Have fun. Take another 15 seconds or so here. Okay, awesome. So now you probably have 1, maybe 2 that you're really excited about. Before you go and continue the creative juices and continue to writing or fleshing that out, I want to give you some ways that you can give this effort that you just made here and that you're going to continue to make in finalizing that post, which by the way, once you finalize it, post it in Revolution House, ask for feedback. Um, that's what we're all here for, is to support each other and to give each other any sort of critiques or feedback, constructive feedback, to cheer you over the finish line to getting it out there. So definitely utilize the community. But I want to give you some ways to start thinking about how to give this extra mileage and extra opportunity to be seen and received. Okay. So as you're creating these posts with some of these prompts, what you can think about doing is utilizing the same thing that you write, maybe condensing it, eliminating a few lines or words here and there, and creating a series of stories that break up your text into different slides. When you think about stories, try not to overcrowd each slide, especially if you want them to continue scrolling past. But you can put it on your stories and then make an invitation to your lead magnet, your freebie, your upcoming workshop, your offer, ways that to work together. So it's a great way to kind of take somebody through that's scrolling, and that if they're landing on your stories, that means that that's coming up on their feed, right? So that would be a great opportunity to utilize that to make an invitation to something that you want them to take advantage of, to step into, whether that be a free thing, a paid thing, an upcoming masterclass, or whatever it is that you have going on. So you can break it up into your stories. You can create this post into a carousel in a way that's really scrollable for people. You can also take the first line. So basically, the prompt that I gave you is a great first line, obviously filled in with whatever it is that you want to talk about. But that's a great thing to post on a reel. So you may have some B-roll or some footage of you and saying, um, if I could ban one overused phrase in my industry, it would be this. Here's why. And you can you can lead people to read your caption. So that's a great reel that it's basically like your go-to hooks that you can use for reels. You can also take these posts and make it into a podcast or a YouTube video or a blog. And the way that you can transition it into that is by beefing it up, maybe with a story that you tell, or with adding or highlighting some 3 key points or 2 key points or 4 key points, whatever it is, like having some sort of bulleted items to review. And that's a podcast episode, right? Or that's a YouTube video that you can film. And what I love about that is that now we're taking a post that would otherwise only really live for 48 hours on social media, and we're repurposing that into a platform or a long form piece of content that can then utilize SEO and have a longer shelf life. Make sure, by the way, if you haven't checked out the training where I talk about Google Trends and how to utilize search friendly words into your content to give it more of that visibility and that searchability, make sure that you check out that training. It should be in the strategy section. And basically, I show you how to use Google Trends and how to kind of pick out what words to integrate into your content based on what people are already searching for, so that you can position your content in front of the people that are searching for that right now. And then what you can also do is take each of those individual points. So if you make it into that piece of long form content with 2 key points, 3 key points, 5 key points, you can then take each of those individual key points and make that its own post. So if you have key number one, mindfulness or whatever it is, right? You can have a whole individual post on mindfulness. You can add a specific personal story or a client story, or you can have some tips just related to that one topic. So now we're taking one post with certain key points in one post, and we're creating 2, 3, 4, 5 more individual posts. And then you can repeat that cycle. You can post it on your stories. You can build that out and have that be its own podcast or its own YouTube. You can create that into a reel. You can create that into a carousel. So this kind of keeps that momentum going based on what you just created in this space. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was just the right amount of structure to get you going. And I cannot wait to see what you create. Like I said, be sure to share it with us so we can see what you're up to and what you're creating, and support you, give you love on the socials when you do post it. And if there's any other questions or concerns that come up, you know where to find us. Go out there, make sure you dedicate another 20, 30 minutes at some point to continue crafting these posts and to getting it out there. And we are here in your corner supporting you the entire time. Thank you for joining this creative content call, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.